Mhm. Mhm. Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Mhm. 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram. Hey, Bhaktitan Evo, welcome there. Branches of the Chaitanya tree. We'll read a little bit and chant a little bit like that and meditate on what we read a little bit. I'm going to try this out. I think this is kind of nice. Now let me enumerate the devotees of Bengal who first came to see the Lord at Jagannath Puri. There was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, one of the biggest branches of the tree of the Lord, and his sister's husband, Sri Gopinathacharya. In the list of devotees at Jagannath Puri, which begins with Paramananda Puri, Swarup Damodar, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Gopinathacharya, Kasi Mishra was the fifth, Pradyumna Mishra was the sixth, and Bhavananda Bore was the seventh. And Lord Chaitanya took great pleasure with meeting them. Embracing Bhavananda Roy, the Lord declared to him, "You formerly appeared as Pandu, and your 5 sons appeared as the 5 Pandavas." The 5 sons of Bhavananda Roy were Ramananda Roy, Patanayaka, Gopinath, Kalindi, Sudanidhi, and Nayaka Vaninath. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gora Govinda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gora Govinda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda, Nityananda, 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 Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gauranga, 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 Gaur, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gora Chandra, 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 Gora. Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra. Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra. Ah, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Goranga, Goranga, Goranga. Nimai Pandit of Nadia is my Lord and Master. Nimai Pandit of Nadia is my Lord and Master. Nimai Pandit. Nimai Pandit of Nadia is my Lord and Master. Nimai Pandit of Nadia is my Lord and Master. Nimai Pandit of Nadia is my Lord and Master. Nimai Pandit of Nadia. Ah, Nimai Pandit of Nadia is my Lord and Master. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mm, mm, mm. The brahmachari, Madhavi Devi, the 17th of the prominent devotees, was the younger sister of Chiki Mahiti. She was considered to have formerly been the maidservant of Srimati Radharani. Chiki Mahiti, he is considered to have formerly been the maidservant of Srimati Radharani. Brahmachari Kashishwar was a disciple of Ishvara Puri, and Sri Govinda was another of his dear disciples. In the list of prominent devotees of Nilachal, Jagannath Puri, Kashishwar was the 18th and Govinda the 19th. They both came to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri, being thus ordered by Ishvara Puri at the time of his passing away. Both Kashishwar and Govinda were godbrothers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and thus the Lord duly honored them as soon as they arrived. But because Ishvara Puri had ordered them to give Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personal service, the Lord accepted their service. But because Ishvara Puri had ordered them to give Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personal service, the Lord accepted their service. Govinda cared for the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whereas Kashishwara went in front of the Lord when he went to see Jagannath in the temple. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the temple of Jagannath, Kashishwara, being very strong, cleared the crowds aside with his hands so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could pass untouched. Ramayanandai, the 20th and 21st among the important devotees of Jagannath. Ramayanandai, the 20th and 21st among the important devotees in Jagannath Puri, always assisted Govinda 24 hours a day in rendering service to the Lord. Uh, every day, Ramai filled 22 big water pots, whereas Nandi personally assisted Govinda. The 22nd devotee, Krishna Das, was born of a pure and respectable Brahmin family. While touring in southern India, Lord Chaitanya took Krishna Das with him. As a bona fide devotee, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, the 23rd principal associate, acted as the brahmachari of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he toured Mathura. Radha Haridas and Chota Haridas were the 24th and 25th devotees of Nilachal, were good singers and always accompanied Lord Chaitanya. Among the devotees who lived with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri, Ramabhadracharya was the 26th, and Simiswar the 27th. Tapanacharya was the 28th, and Raghunan Bhanta the 29th, and Nilabhara the 20th and the 30th. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. How do you play a share to Krishna? Hare Krishna, please share to us what you feel. It's out of this world. How can I share what I actually feel? How can anybody, like if I said I was sad, the only way you could know is you would say, well, sad, I know what that is. I felt that. Ooh, I can relate to that. So you just have to taste it yourself so you can relate to these kinds of feelings. Even and then it's just you have to be able to taste this special spiritual bliss by activation of your spiritual body, which comes in time, in due course. by following the path. You want this kind of chanting, and this is what you do. It's like Prabhupada was in the room chanting in ecstasy like this, where people were seeing that he was ecstatic, and relishing transcendental bliss. I mean, that's what I can say. I'm relishing transcendental bliss, but you know, have you experienced that? Can you and the varieties of that? You have to have some relation to this to get some idea. Um, yeah, and yeah, so that's you just basically have to begin to taste this transcendental bliss by the awakening, which you got to follow the process. You got to be around devotees who are relishing the chanting the holy name and come into this association, follow the process, become dedicated to Guru, Krishna, and the Vaishnavas, hear regularly, get purified. Yeah. And the Lord ain't even waiting for you to be completely pure of all taints and everything. He's giving many devotees these things. Please share what you don't feel. Well, I don't feel unhappy. I don't feel sad. I don't feel miserable. I don't feel uh, unhappy. It's something you got to taste. It's like, oh, please describe what ice cream tastes like. And the person will say chocolate. If it's chocolate, you say, yeah, I can relate to that. I tasted chocolate before. That's why transcendental mellows can be described by poetry somewhat. Rupa Goswami says, okay, how about like this? When one chants the holy name, one wishes one has millions of mouths to chant. And when the holy name enters the ears, one wishes one had millions of ears to hear that. He could poetically express many things. I don't know if I have the power to do that, at least not now. And then you're not, it's like you can kind of get it if you've had that experience of how wonderful it is to hear that sound vibration of the holy name and to chant it and the sound vibration of actually chanting it also and hearing it. And when one enters the courtyard of the heart, when the ecstatic ecstasy, deep ecstasy begins to awaken, the material senses go inert. It's just, the material senses just they're not active. Now the spiritual senses are activated because you're in more of a full absorption in transcendental senses of ecstasy. Anyway, that's the best I can do. Hopefully that helps. If it does. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Great comment there, Freddie. Especially you don't feel. I like that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Now I got to get back into the state. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. If Krishna allows, he might get pissed off that I talk too much. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. It's kind of like being on land. If you're on the land, and then you go and you there's an ocean over there, and then you enter that ocean, see that ocean, and you feel the water. See, it feels different than being on the land. See, it's more refreshing too, and you feel the water and the nice feelings of being in that transcendental blissful ocean, that kind of thing. You're sensing that before you were on the land, and now you're in this wonderful ocean, feeling it, the coolness and the of being in there and how great it feels. Something like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ooh, Krishna. Yeah. My throat is kind of hurting a little bit. I should keep some throat lozenges around. Mm. Uh, mm. Mm. See, Madhulila. Balabhabata then put Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates aboard a boat and took them to his own place to offer them lunch. While crossing the river Yamuna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the glossy black water and was immediately bewildered with ecstatic love. That's a good question, Freddie. Is pure consciousness related only to feeling? It's also, let's see, it's also experienced in the mind. At least my experience, it's a very subtle, powerful feeling. But it's above the mind. It's above the material senses and the material mind and material emotions. It's like a whole nother realm. It's very clean, very pure. And then there's like almost a spiritual realm, and you experience it in the mind. You can experience it in the mind. At least it's like there, but it's another. It's not like the material mind. It's like a spiritual uh, place or situation or something. Mm. Mm. While crossing the river Yamuna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the glossy black water and was immediately bewildered by ecstatic. Indeed, as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the river Yamuna, he immediately made a great sound and jumped into the water. Everyone was filled with fear and trembling to see this. Okay, I think I gotta. You know, anyway, my voice is. I may wake up my transcendental senses. Like, yeah, exactly. All right. Let's see what else. Yeah. So anyway, Tom, will you put the link up here, and if devotees want to um, come on live here? Yeah, and yeah, you can discuss, share. Krishna, Krishna. Hey, one thing I noticed. I was I was talking to a devotee today on the chats. You know how devotees they usually think they should keep the chats confidential with the different devotees. Well, I noticed something, and I want to share that and see what people think. But but what I feel about it, if I'm talking to a devotee And what I'm saying has to do with other devotees or specific devotees or other devotees. And that chat is about them also. I want to include those persons, like, or like if somebody's saying something about that devotee, I want to find out and their side of things also. I don't want to make agreements with devotees that my chat is confidential with them, and yet talk about other devotees. This has already messed up some persons here because of keep doing that. Certain devotees who had ill intents actually kept said, I want to keep this chat confidential. There's nobody here now. The person's dead, but I want to keep this chat confidential between that person and somebody else. And it was with ill intentions or misunderstandings, and we all can be a bit prone to that because we're conditioned. And if things were shared with who that chat was about, also included in that, and it wasn't just between those persons; it was also to do with the sangha and other things. Then it would have avoided that whole situation. So this is so I'm not having. I just let everybody know if you're going to tell me something and speak about some other people in the sangha, I'm going to open this up and discuss it with other devotees, especially who those are you're talking about. Otherwise, I don't want to be prone to mistakes and possible cheating or ill misrepresentation. Because some devotees, even now, they think, "Oh, this is the truth, the truth." No, it may not be. It may be your truth, and maybe something is influencing that. Because I don't think anybody is so perfectly clear here, you know, including myself. On certain things, there's room for development of clarity. And so if I'm going to talk about somebody else, you have full freedom to, check it with the other person. And this is actually like in the world. I was thinking about this. I was talking to Govinda about this thing in the world. Um, we're fed, like especially now, we're fed certain narratives and certain ideas that are told that we have to accept them as truth. We have to accept them as truth. And just a second here. And let's see, I'll take that off. Yeah, and and they don't allow any other inputs, and it concerns the world and other people. See, and no, just accept this as truth. This is how Maya can cheat us, even here in our sangha, because this tactic has been done already, even in our sangha. Where you're brought a certain narrative about a person or situation, and you don't allow other input in there. See? So that's how Maya can work through that, and so that's what the world does. Like they say, well, okay, this is the way it is. Say about the shot, they said everybody needs to accept the WHO's idea about that. See, their opinion, and nobody else can have another opinion. They're right. That is the truth. See? That is the science. And this concerns everybody. Everybody's got to go by that opinion. See? No other input from anybody else, even though it concerns everybody else, even though it concerns all these other medical practitioners' advice. They said, no, close out all of that as misinformation, false information. See? And so then we got into trouble because of that. Now it's only coming to light how that was the most ridiculous thing to do, an untested thing. Yeah, people are regretting it now. People in this sangha, some of them are regretting that they did that. See? So Even though I also said, well, I don't believe in that. You could check it out. Check out the other information, not just the mainstream information. So we got to do that. This bleeds into other things. This bleeds into me preaching these tattvas, these truths. How do you know it's the truth? You know how ISKCON and other groups, how they control the narrative as the truth. They don't understand what's in the book. A lot of times they can't check it because their opinions have material motivations and don't agree with the conclusions in the book. See, so we discuss these things openly. Somebody, like that's why I invited Johan. You come here and give us your idea about things. He's saying that I don't go by the book. Oh, I don't. Well, then come here and sit. But they won't do it. Those who have their hearts are not really purified, and they're speculators. They don't want to do it. They don't want to be found out. They refuse to be found out. Because they want to, they're attached to their ideas. So anyway, I think this is a good way to do things here. If you have any conversations with anybody, and that's what I'm doing. And I don't know. I think it's an intelligent way to approach this. And you're going to talk about anybody in the sangha. Be open to including them and ask them, well, is it that way for you? Is that the truth for you? And then we get a better, more clear picture. Okay, let's see what you were saying here. How come nobody? No, okay, nobody's coming up. Nobody wants to come up. Okay, yeah, yeah, and I got this thing here. See, I'll start. Started. Somebody told me. They said that you guys out there, nobody, especially probably the Belgium devotees, they're afraid of me, and they won't tell me their real opinion or their real truth, and they say something else behind the back. So that was told to me, and I'm telling it to the Sangha because it includes you guys. Hey, you Belgian persons and others are included in this because that was about you. Is that true? I'm not just asking, I'm inquiring. Okay? So I have set the example. Somebody told me that. I broke the agreements. I'm not going to do any if it's concerning other devotees, they're included. So is that true? Because wouldn't that be nice to work that out and get this fear of, telling the truth? Do you think, how much progress do you think you can really make in Krishna consciousness by giving me a certain understanding or certain ideas or certain with you a false truth, and then you actually reveal your real truth in the chats with other people? You know what that's called? Gossip. Now, I mean, we're here, we're living persons in relationship with each other. I mean, we have a sangha here, so we need. Wouldn't it be good to get our communication skills down to the where we're getting deep touch with our truth, and even if to work it out with other devotees too, and to be for you guys to be straight with me and honest. Because if you're actually being straight and honest with somebody else about your truth and what you really think, and then you're different with me, is that really a good thing to do? Is that healthy? See? Or is that a bit of hypocrisy and maybe a little caught up in the putana problem? So yeah, what do you guys think? 100% great advice. I will always do that. Yeah, multiple times already. Great. Freddie says, oops. Freddie says, if the souls are part and parcel of God, then why did he create a situation that we can have a different than him? Different what? Oh, if the souls are part and parcel of God, then why did he create a situation that can have a different opinion than him. Probably, you mean? Probably meant that. Let's roll with that one. Yeah, if we're part and parcel of God, then why did He create a situation that can have a different opinion than Him? Well, that's just kind of how we're wired up, isn't it? According to the Vedic truths, there's the spiritual potency, and there's the material potency, and then there's the jiva. So the created situation, or the situation that is created, is simply because the jiva is accepting the speculations of the shadow. The shadow is not a clear picture of what's going on. It's so we're accepting the ideas and the conceptions in the three modes of nature: ignorance, passion, and goodness, and mixtures. We're accepting all the the unclarity of that, of the material potency, as our truths, as the truths even. Or try to arrive at the ultimate truth through these material energies. So that the situation is because we're here and doing that. The situation to get out of that is to accept the Vedic truths, to chant the holy names in association with real devotees who are more clear because of ecstatically chanting the holy names, see? And getting more clear of the stuff in there that's affecting our clearer picture. So that's the idea, is to be under the shelter of the spiritual potency, so that spiritual potency comes through as our truth, because the spiritual potency is clear. It's logic. It's clear. It's not bad logic. It's clean logic, clear logic. It's very purely ecstatic. We have our spiritual body awakened too. So the situation is always there. It's like, hey, why is my shadow created? Well, just because we're here. The shadow of God is like that. The shadow is there simply because God exists, and it casts a shadow. And so certain living beings have taken shelter of that shadow. Oh, we got 5 people here. Sorry, I didn't hear the thing here. Okay, let's get you guys up here. All right, sorry about that.
Twice, actually.
Oh no!
That's what I
Here we
said.
go.
You're right. I'm gonna leave on this
Here we go.
Yeah.
How many people here? Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Govinda has how many things up here? Okay. All right. Yeah. Govinda does. Okay. Great. Okay. What else we got here? Govinda, how come you have so many things here? Okay. Why do you have so many things? I got to take one down. Or is there another Govinda? Okay. Anyway, you're muted, Govinda. You're muted. You're muted still. Touch the button there. Are you muted, Tom, or what?
Test sound.
Okay, I got sound. Yeah, that's good. What are you muted?
It's easier to come in here.
No. Why don't you do that? I want more people up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stay. Yeah, come from that side.
Yeah, we can get people.
Yeah,
Get it. Yeah. Get it. Tom, what do you think of all this? Am I totally insane or crazy?
You're perfect.
Perfect. I don't think.
Yeah,
Perfect.
What can I say? I have to find words. Please allow me to
Yeah.
arrange my.
Okay. Take your time. Arrange your thoughts. I'm not going to get down on you.
Yeah. So sometimes I get this complaint that I take too much time to think.
Hey, it's Tom, right? You got to love yourself.
Yeah, it's my angle. It's my approach, my contribution to this sangha.
Yeah, good.
My point of view. there are many angles, and everyone has his own angle, and there has to be diversity. Yes, like
Yeah.
Krishna, he is in all those different approaches. He's
Yeah.
alive in me and in Govinda and everyone.
Mhm.
And I feel that this all adds up to the total theater, the total pastime, and it's perfect. Everyone gets what he needs. Everyone, the Lord is reciprocates according to your own faith and belief and troubles and concerns. Yes, I rather when you said everyone here has this is concerns. It really rang a bell for me. It really resonated. I don't feel myself that I'm doubting. Yes, maybe see me as a doubting Thomas, but I absolutely don't feel that.
Mhm.
I just inquire different options, different perspectives, and I kind of weigh them or observe them, or I empathize with that person and that timing. And for me, it's a very big source of information. Yeah, you can empathize endlessly because there are endless perspectives.
Mhm.
Yeah, sometimes I take time to consider um, uh, um, that person, your one's perspective. I just observe that person. Yeah, not by judging, but by observing.
Mhm.
And sometimes I empathize with Christiana's perspective. Almost everyone that's
Mhm.
getting on the screen, that's getting in my picture.
Yeah. So
And
what is Johan's perspective in your idea, understanding?
yeah, then we come to this discretional. Um, um, there are things Johan shared to me one by one.
Mhm.
And I don't feel I don't feel that I can express that conversation. Yeah, that he can tell himself. I'm not allowed um, to express what he. I have to stay with my vision. Yeah, I
Okay,
cannot.
well, let me ask you this. You said you're not allowed. Who's not allowing you?
That is interesting.
It is, isn't it? I
Yeah, yeah,
like it. It's nice to discuss this stuff,
very,
isn't it?
very interesting, and really to the point. Um, when you say that, I feel I immediately empathize with your position, and things words come up like, yeah, maybe it's a conditional and a conditional approach. Yes, we are conditioned. No, you may not say what you feel. You
Yeah.
may not interpret the feelings. You have to keep that to the other. Yes, it's like a forbidden area.
Forbidden, yeah, forbidden
Yeah,
fruit.
yeah. You may not go there. Yeah, you may not say anything. You may not say what you feel because you are in the terrain of the other one.
If you're in the danger zone.
confidential only for them.
Yeah.
And then we also come to this institute, this thing of it's called gossiping. Yes,
Yeah.
and I personally I I can be very triggered when people when I find out people they talked about me and I was not there. Yeah,
Mhm.
and they made some judgments about me.
Mhm.
I later find out I could not defend myself.
Mhm.
So that's why I don't like this gossiping, and it brings in a lot of troubles and a lot of miscommunication and a lot of drama.
Mhm.
So how to take this in a pure way and solve this in a pure way, then I didn't know this question, but it just pops up now. Yeah, it's a fresh question. Yes, I don't know even the answer. So I'm just right in the moment. What can we do to improve
Yeah,
this?
well, okay. See, to me, gossip would be is I'm talking about, I'm talking with you. Say I'm Johan, and I'm talking to you, and I'm saying, oh, yeah, Gohari, he doesn't see the right thing in the right way. Gohari this and Gohari that, and but keep our conversation confidential. And Gohari sees this and Gohari that and Gohari, but keep our confidence. So to me, that's gossip. But if I'm having to me, a healthy conversation would be, okay, Gohari is this and Gohari is that and everything. And if I was like you or like I would say, I'm listening to on, I would say, okay, let me check it out with this Gohari guy. All right, is this the way this we were talking about this thing and he sees it like this? How do you see it? Or is this really true? Maybe, maybe saying Gohari did this and it's bad and all this. Is this really true? Is it really bad? See, to me, that's not gossip. That's more, it's like scientific. It's like trying to get at the truth, inquiring. So gossip would be, yeah, keep this, we're going to just do this. And this is the way it is. And you don't have input from the guy you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are a lot of situations when somebody says to me, yes, keep this confidential. And I just tell them, yeah, if you want me to keep this confidential, then please don't tell me. Yeah. And then a lot of times they still tell me, yes. And then they yeah, that's I didn't then they usually get into problems. Yes.
Yeah.
If I say that don't they tell me if you want to keep this confidential, because then I will have to carry this burden. Yes. And when there are times I'm very spontaneous and I'm speaking and then I cannot I know myself I cannot remember that I promised someone. So to go ahead of this to keep myself free to be anytime I immediately say, then don't tell me. Yeah, then I can keep on going on freely.
Well, I'm kind of thinking like if I talking to somebody confidential, then it's only about our, between me and that person, then to me that would be nice. That would be okay. But if it concerns somebody else, see, that's the thing. Okay, like that to me, that would be the criteria. It's like, okay, I probably would do that. Maybe not. I don't know. I would have to see as things go, because this is kind of new for me here too. This whole thing. I learned about this from contracts. Like we have contracts with the world and with the government, and you see that they get us into a contract, and we got to do what we say in the contract and the agreement because we made that contract with people. Otherwise, then you're kind of at fault because of that. And so we can do that also in our relationships. What kind of contract do we have with people? What kind of agreement?
Things can be very tricky. You said yourself before, when you meet a police officer, he can see everything you say can be used to against you, and you added will
be used
against you. Yeah, and then that's also a contract. Yeah, it's just not, but it's still a contract. Also,
you stand under that, man. You agree to that.
A lot of problems, and like you are encapsulated, you're not free anymore. After that, because you are bound to that conditioning, to that die voorwaarden.
Well, you know, I may want to have confidential conversations because with people about our, like between myself and another person, I like that. To me, that would be really juicy and really nice to have such an intimacy with a person. You know, I would agree to have that with somebody. What I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking. I would do that because of it's nice to be intimate with somebody. You know, like. Even in some very private way, if it's just concerning me and that other person. But if it's concerning others, then I think that would not be well. It would be actually, you know what it would be? It would be a restriction for the welfare of others. I think when you put this, really expand this out. How about what if Lord Chaitanya only was with Radha and Krishna, and the residents of Vrindavan said, "Well, I'm going to keep this confidential, and not don't reveal this to anybody ever." Okay, it's just for us here in Vrindavan, and we're going to go, and we're going to take this with us. This relationship that we have with each other, this confidential relationship, and it'll never be manifested in this world for anybody else but us. See, so they had that agreement when they were here, more or less, because they didn't preach it widely. They didn't preach it. And then Lord Chaitanya came and said, "Well, I want to break that agreement we had there and make a new agreement. Like I want everybody. I want to show with he's saying like as a devotee, okay, Krishna, I want to have this relationship with you that's very confidential that we did in Vrindavan, very confident. But I want everybody to know that. So I'm going to tell everybody about this relationship. I'm going to tell everything that I learned in my discussions with you, between my intimacy with you. I'm going to tell everybody else. That's good.
The order now shout it from the rooftops.
Yeah, we have a new agreement now, a new contract. I'm going. So if don't tell me if you don't want other people to know, because I'm going to do it. And what do you think I'm preaching? Everybody's telling me from their perspective, the gurus even. Well, no, you can't tell everybody in this close thing that you have. Don't tell anybody about that or show anything. It's confident. Well, maybe to you, but that's not my agreement with the Lord. And I got the confirmation. Prabhupada said, "Yeah, it has my full approval. Go for it, man."
Yeah, but it's very, like a bomb. Yeah. It's like saying, we used to do sex in private, and now we all do it in public. Yes,
we do it in public.
That's a game changer. And who can digest that? People, they cannot. They will not people. They will say, I don't believe my ears. Yes, I have to digest this. Yes, who's saying? Is this the prime minister who's saying this? This is a totally new order? Yes.
Yeah.
It will shock the whole world. Yes, especially if there are people who immediately begin to exercise this.
Yeah, and the thing is, if the difference between sex and this transcendental sensuality with God, it's pure. This is transcendental sensuality. It's very pure, and very purifying others. And so it's not in the same category, because if you have sex and open it up to everybody, you get all kinds of diseases and all kinds of terrible things would happen. That's why it's not like that.
I don't believe that. Yes, when I was a child, I was observing this. Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw horses in the meadow. They had sex. Yes.
Yeah.
Bees, butterflies. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was asking. Yeah, there was a very naive, a very pure, new world for me. So.
Yeah.
And then I heard my parents making sounds in the evening in their bed,
Oh,
and I for me it was a question. Why? I'm just observing. Why is
yeah,
this happening this way? Yes,
yeah.
it was like why this difference?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's because it actually is detrimental usually uh, to open that up too much. And there's also addiction. You get it, like we have people that have porn addiction, all kinds of weird stuff. Uh, it also is known to mess up societies. Societies break down when they start to do this open sex thing. There's a lot of bad things, syphilis and all kinds of diseases come from this unrestricted thing. But the problem, see, there is some problems in this showing people love of God. It creates misunderstandings. That's something you got to deal with. It can cause imitations, people trying to imitate these things and the ill intentions. So there are also considerations in it. But if it's not shown, and that, like I think we're dealing with the consider. We discuss this stuff and we try to keep it clean, and discuss the purity of it and the authenticity of it, and keep it authentic. And because there's also standards and all of these subtle things that we discuss in sharing this level of intimacy with God, and not just the awe and reverence thing and rules, regulations, and external ceremonies, which is the Lord is thinking himself that's not very attractive to him or to us, really. If you found out there's a way to worship God that's so much more, like you asked me, like what are you feeling? That looks pretty good. Like I would also like, what is it like? Well, come and see. Come here regularly and chant for a while. Oh yeah, like Prabhupada said to the devotee who said, "Boy, what's that like for? What is that like?" He said, "Yeah, you come and chant 30 years, and you'll know too." You know,
Yeah,
because yeah,
there
go
were a
ahead.
lot of times I was chanting with you and Lalita sitting in the middle, or we three
Yeah,
on the screen, and then we didn't do that for a while anymore. And you also make that you said, yeah, this is very intimate. I don't want everyone in this on screen now, because it's very something very intimate. So it sometimes it
wait. Before I accept what you're saying, I'm
yeah.
not sure clear what you're talking about. When, what,
Yeah, I think it was half a year ago then that we did more chanting with three persons, Lalita and me and you on screen. Maybe even a year ago.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. And so I didn't, okay. So you think I said that to do with less people, you're saying?
No, you explained that it's something very confidential, very
Yeah.
intimate, and
Yeah.
it's not all the time that you want a certain people, other people in there. You want to.
Other people on screen also
Yes,
with me.
because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
said this is something very
Yeah.
intimate,
Yeah,
and
well, you misunderstood.
I don't want you on screen now. Yeah,
Yeah, see, that is like maybe your perspective, but
we didn't
I
say to
may
me
have meant,
another person. Yeah,
yeah, maybe maybe there's maybe, yeah, I don't know. See, again, that was so long ago that I don't quite remember the situation, so I don't even dare to comment on. But that's not something I would normally like say because of that. It was probably because of something else in there too that
yeah,
was.
but that's totally okay with me. Yeah, you
Yeah,
feel that person who pushes a little now in the it's not it doesn't resonate with me in this pure intimate energy
Oh,
where I'm
okay.
now. So that's okay. Yeah. It's very dynamic and it changes over time.
Yeah.
We
That's true.
accept people or not or feel resistance and it's very dynamic
Okay.
pastime and play theater.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's hear a little bit from Govinda now. What do you got? Or is Noodles there too? Or
They're downstairs, but I could call her. I could, yeah.
oh, you're
Shall-
upstairs. You're
I'm
upstairs
upstairs. Yeah, I'm upstairs.
with fun.
No, they're both downstairs.
Oh, they're both downstairs. Okay, you go ahead.
Yeah,
They're not
you
watching.
come.
Are they watching or what?
They are watching. They are watching.
Why doesn't
They're watching.
Noodles or Funny come on? Anyway, that would be nice if they got time, if they're downstairs. Are they're watching, right? They're watching?
They are watching. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you come on there? Do you have any, you want to discuss a little bit? Anybody? Okay, well, in the meantime, go ahead, Govinda. What do you got to say?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, Gurumaj is asking about you coming on, but
Yeah, I just heard him and I came up.
Okay, go ahead. Why don't you say something, Noodles?
About what, Maharaj? What do I say?
Oh, okay, you weren't listening to were you cooking probably, right?
No, I was sitting there. I was listening while we were talking about it. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
I don't know. Just, do you have any input on all this?
I don't know. I mean, if somebody doesn't want to be real here, then I don't think there's much anybody can do to. It's like they say, right? You can only there should be a will of that person as well, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, you could just take the horse to the waters, but you can't make it drink the water. It has to drink itself. If
Yeah.
somebody is not ready for that, then how far can somebody help them? If you're trying to protect yourself and just save the face of it, then there's not much that can be done. And it's like it it's about defending. Yeah, it's not about listening. If it's just not about hearing but just defending all the time and just justifying rather than just hearing out and clarifying things, then yeah,
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah, I guess, the thing is to get more real for everybody. I think maybe this a Belgium thing. I could be wrong, but I have the feeling that there's a bit of fear of authorities there or anywhere. Say I don't have to hold it to Belgium, but if anybody has a fear of authority and then gives a certain face, and then in another situation gives another one, then that's not good. It's better to try to own up and get over this fear thing. And maybe that's why some people or a lot of the devotees are shy about coming up here. They're shy about being themselves or being real. But
yeah, could be. Yeah,
You
could be. But
also
then when you
pointed out, sorry,
no,
you
go
also
ahead, Tom.
pointed out that people just have different characters in UK, in the
yeah,
US, in here
yeah,
in and it's about being more or less introvert or extrovert.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and maybe,
Well, yes and no. No,
real.
it's not that. No. Because you're being an extrovert. If you go and talk about somebody, in a different way than you're talking it directly to their face. That's not about introversion. You're extrovert out there with other people too.
It's like coming to my I'll tell you what, Tom. When I talk to you, I tell you that I have no problem with you. I'm absolutely fine with you. And then behind my back, you tell me that you go and tell Maharaj or whoever that you have issues with me or whatever. That's being duplicit there. That's actually having double face, and that's not speaking and not owning what you have done. That's what it is to me.
Okay, are you saying
And
he
that's
did
that's
that or you're just using an example?
no, I'm just using him and me as an
As
example.
an
He didn't do
example.
that. I
Okay.
did.
Yeah. Okay. All right, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please,
yeah,
please.
can I just come in here because I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
back to the original thing? This is
Yeah.
quite deep. This is because there are instances where confidentiality between, say, one and one person. I'm used to that coming from 12-step fellowship. But when a person is, for instance, oh gosh,
No, you're there.
hold
You're
on,
there.
hold on.
What? Everything's good.
When a
What's
person,
happened?
sorry, no, it's come back. When a person is asking you to be confidential, but they're bringing in other people into the equation, that's not clean. That's a control. That's a brainwashing thing, to my understanding.
Mhm.
You know, one thing, a person in the rooms or new here, Govinda, please keep this confidential between us. And they're not talking specifically about lots and lots of other devotees. Oh, what's going on?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Then that's one thing, but
Everything was fine. Just
expecting
keep going.
expecting to talk and mention other devotees to you and expect confidentiality, that's not clean. That's brainwashing. That's a brainwashing technique. And me, you know, when I was on alcohol, I got a big mouth. But you know, I can also have a big mouth. I won't respect that. I will respect in the instance a new person, the confidentiality, they're new,
Mhm.
but say a member of the Sangha who wants to hold you to confidentiality and then talk about other devotees. No, that's not clean. I don't go for that.
It's not. I don't think. Yeah, in my perspective, it's not. It's not brainwashing. It's just maybe a conditioned thing that we're used to, and just it just happens. It's a kind of what I'm happy about is just realizing that, like, oh,
Yeah,
good, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to just be more like, hey, like if I'm going to talk about somebody else, I want to get their feedback too, because I don't think any of us are perfectly out of conditioning, and have a little bit of Putin in us. It could be there in me. Maybe I do a little of that too, but wouldn't it be nice to check it out with other people? You know,
yeah.
yeah. That two-faced thing. We all, what do you think, Jen? Do we have a little two-faced sometimes? I mean, I might have that, just kind of human, man. Fuck. What do you think, Janaki? What's your opinion on these things?
I think we all are, and different people bring out different parts of us
Yeah,
due mostly our past experiences. Like
yeah.
I remember like I was molested when I was 5, and I remember the face, the whole, and every time I saw a man that resembled this feeling, this, so so that's just one example. So
Yeah.
other examples are, if I'm like, there's a person that I have a relationship with, and it's like this,
Mhm.
and then you meet someone or to that person, we kind of categorize them. We put
Mhm.
them in different categories to the experiences that we had with other people that remind us of their character.
Right,
But
right.
we're all who we are, and we
Yeah,
all have a little bit of shit in us. Everybody
yeah,
shits within us.
exactly.
Everybody's, it just, our shits in everybody else.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
but there are some people that you vibe with and others you can't, due
yeah,
to, say, it's conditioning, but
yeah.
but we can give our opinion just like that. We can. I mean, we do. But
Mhm.
there's things like, I really wish I wouldn't say it, but then I would lose so many uh people, friends, more or less, because I can't say what I feel on certain
Um,
issues,
right,
because
right,
other
right. Yeah,
people would just, and you know what those issues are. And so does Saki. You know how I feel about certain things.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But if I realize that, people would just be like, so
Uh,
I, that Sachi knows that,
yeah,
Lalita that, but
Yeah.
others don't. So I think we do need to we can't confide in everyone. That's my point.
Yeah.
There's certain
Yeah.
ones because of their beliefs, which is
Yeah.
different from yours.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is like if it's to do with your relationship with that person and you're confiding about yourself and it's not like an opinion of other people that you don't share with them directly. You know what I mean? So if it's to do with others, then maybe it needs to be opened up a little bit because I don't think everybody. Otherwise, if you give me your opinion about some other devotees here, and you're saying, well, they did this and they were like that, and I would just have your understanding, then I would go. Then I would be just naturally slanted to think, well, that's the person's really like that because you said so. But what if it's not exactly that way? Maybe their opinion of that person has some conditioning involved in that. Some maybe coping mechanism they had to do when they were a kid and they were raped or maybe beaten and they had, just to survive as a kid, you have to do a lot of stuff, man, just to survive. I mean, you're helpless. You can't see like if a person is bullying me, let's take this bully idea. If a person's bullying me as a kid, I'm being bullied by my father. They say, you got to do this and no, and I'm just a little kid. What can I do? Nothing. But what can you do now? You can stand up for yourself. So um, it's and then it's really not. A lot of times we might think bullying is just we're just acting like we did as a child and just taking it when a person is he's thinking, well, they don't have any boundary with this, I can keep going, and maybe it's too much, but you don't see. That's the repression stuff, instead of like, hey, hold on there. Oh, okay, that was too much, I didn't know that. Yeah, I guess, I'm just thinking we have a Sunday. You need to get into some of this stuff of communication, learning to communicate and work through things. And otherwise, what kind of Sunday are we going to have? I mean, we'll be just like all over the place, Yeah. And what do you think there, Janaki?
You can
Oh,
maybe change my opinion about certain things, but you can't change my feelings about
right.
certain things.
Yeah, 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 yeah. True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
One
yeah,
person,
yeah. I'm sorry. It's just
a person,
ridiculous.
loves this thing totally.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. There was a little bit of a delay on your thing there. I'm not lining up. Okay. All right.
okay, so like about our feelings. You know how I feel about this certain issue, and and others love this is their main love, but for me, it's like I can't go near. I don't like. I don't want.
Yeah,
But but so it's you can't change that.
yeah,
So
you can't.
because of my things, there's always an issue there. There's
Yeah, yeah. So those are boundaries. I mean, that how far you can go with stuff, and you just got to honor that, and that's okay. And then people will, if you draw the boundary, people will, if they don't honor it, you should do, I just got to, move farther away from that person. Yeah. Did you want to say something there, Noodles? Did you have, or you just
No,
listening?
I mean, I'm confused with what Janaki was trying to say about opinions and feelings. I mean, like, how are opinions? how do we classify opinions? How do we classify feelings? It's a bit confusing for me. So I was just trying to understand that. If you could elaborate on that.
Janaki.
I mean, I would feel we get to have opinions on something based on the feelings. I don't see how, like, I like something. If for example, I like eating aubergine,
Mhm.
that's, I mean, like, I'd not know how opinion is different from feelings. It's very confusing to me.
Mhm. Can you elaborate that there, Janaki? Would you?
Okay, I'll just expose myself. So I'll lose a few things. I don't care. You know how I feel about dogs. You know
Oh,
how I
dog.
feel about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
topic.
Okay.
I don't do and do dogs. I don't do cats. I don't. They're just not my thing. I never.
Mm.
I've never loved an animal. I've never loved an animal. Never.
Same.
You can't. I never loved an animal, so I can't relate to those people who fall in love with animals and make them their object. Because I can't. I don't, because I feel a certain way. So you can give me an opinion, your opinion on this, but you're not going to change how I feel about that. You
Mhm.
know, yeah,
Unless you
I
find
Yeah, so it's
out why. See, if I find out
well,
why.
I was bit by a dog when I was just a little kid. A dog
Uh,
came and bit me in the leg. So I've hated them since. When I see a dog, I don't see, oh, love. I see teeth coming at me that just wants to bite me. That's all I see. So
okay.
I just, you, they can go on the side of the street as far as I'm concerned. I don't care for them. I don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're trying to say you're neutral for them, but then you don't particularly feel anything for them. That's okay. I understood what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Not
yeah. I
neutral.
get
I'm
it.
not neutral.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
like
Why?
them at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Why even bother even changing that? Because it's a dog. It'll save you a lot of trouble. You know.
See, as long as it's not coming in your way of growing, I mean, I would say, be it anything, as long as it's not bothering you and it's not coming in your way in spiritual path, I don't think we'd have to bring it on here, on board here, and discuss it,
Well, no,
isn't it?
Yeah.
this is about relationships within our sangha. I could never even become friends with Maria because of
Mhm.
her love for her. She said, if you
Oh,
can't love my your
yeah.
friend. I
Yeah.
was
That's
like,
what
giddy
you
up,
said.
It's
friend. I'm
her
not
thing, isn't it? That's her conditioning. It's not your thing there. If she's putting dog on such a high up pedestal, then you can't do much about it. It's not you, it's her.
that. So that was my point. I couldn't be her friend even on Facebook because of her dog. So I'm saying it's in the sun. We all have feelings. We all we all have experience. Have
Yeah.
we can't with others. So
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
So there's a sound problem, and it will help if somebody doesn't speak that he mutes because I cannot hear Janiki.
Oh, yeah.
So
Let's. Yeah. She's speaking.
please,
Let's all mute.
when she's talking, yeah.
But I'm finished now. Someone else can take.
Okay. Go ahead, Noodles. You were.
So no, Maharaj, here, I mean, I understand what Lalita is trying to say. I'm sorry, not Lalita. I've been thinking so much about her now that it just has to come out. I understand what Janaki is trying to say here, but then you know what I'm trying to say is, if we are thinking, if we are obsessing over something, it's bothering us. It's it's not like we are longing to, we are happy, we moved on, we don't mind, we don't, I mean, we can go ahead and not resolve it, but who's dwelling over it?
Mhm.
And then you'd have to resolve it. You might very well stand up and say, I don't have to do anything with you, and I mean, like, we don't really gel well. All right, so be it, but don't dwell on it. You can't like go in past and then say, keep coming back. In 2018 that has happened, or in Turkey that has happened, you have said this, you have said that. I mean, like, I don't see how it's piling up. It doesn't. And then I just want to say this about the ticket thing that you said. I clarify. I have no idea that the ticket has been booked to my place. Yeah, I didn't know about the dates. I was not communicated about it, and I rather didn't directly tell that I mean, all this didn't happen. I mean, it's just, how much does it hurt your ego? Is it, I mean, I would see it as an ego if you cannot just upright and say, when I was just talking to my daughter, not to you directly, just to say that, uh, I've already booked a ticket. How much is it a difficult thing? I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, it's crazy for me. I don't know.
Well, Matt, I told you too that she said that she should have done that. So that was something. Yeah, she
Oh yeah,
acknowledged it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but after that, she also said that, I don't ask once I feel rejected. I haven't rejected there. After that, but did she mention? I called up after that. You messaged us saying that, is it okay if Lalita came? I said, I just said that because you were going to Belgium anyway, so it's all right. Yeah. So she's meeting you, so it's all right. Saves me some load. That's how I thought, because Govinda is going to be here, you're going to be. It's already a houseful thing for me. Maybe people can handle 10 people. I cannot. I want sanity. I can handle only certain number. So I thought I'll save some load. So I just said, anyway, she's getting to meet. I'm not taking away that chance for her. So I said, she's meeting you anyway. So maybe she wouldn't come. Yeah. At that point, she didn't mention to me that she booked the tickets. Yeah. So I wouldn't assume that she knows. After that, you said that to me. I gave her a call back. I told her, Lalita, Maharaj said that you want to come. So she's like, no, I didn't say. All I said to Maharaj was that you said to Vrinda that Lalita is not coming. So I said, yeah, I know. That's because he gets to meet you. I said all this, but then she conveniently forgets what if you want to just dwell upon that thing of negativity, then I can't do much about it.
Mhm. Yeah. So that needs to be, that's the thing of where you have to, that was the idea, is opening up the conversation to those involved in it. Otherwise, because for various reasons, conditionings and all that, we're not always so clear. And this should help getting clear on things. That's all. Otherwise, yeah, go ahead, Tom. What?
Yeah, but what I really feel is like that this is how it goes. Yeah? There is once you need a defense mechanism, like there's a dog biting you, and then you make yourself a defense mechanism. Yes, and it's about surviving in that moment, and then it gradually becomes a part of your character.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Tom, since Lolita came here,
Oh, sorry,
since
I didn't
Lolita
hear.
came
Sorry.
here, and this is the, Sarah, maybe she didn't. Did you want to respond, Lolita, about this, that noodle?
Yeah,
Let's just hash it out,
there
you
was
know.
no there was no negativity from my side when I heard that Noodle said Larita is not coming. Next video, Guru Maharaj said live, Lalita will come. I go to Belgium and she even will follow me to England to be with Noodles and Pani. And then privately I said, no, Guru Maharaj, I'm not coming because Noodles said to Vrinda that I'm not coming. And you said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And I said, yeah, well, it's okay. It's okay. I don't. And that same evening, it was a class and Pani said, actually, we don't want devotees here around. The day before, he showed the garden, and there could be a tent, etc., for the devotees. But that next day, he said there won't be. We won't be have devotees around. We want Guru for ourselves. So I assumed, okay, It's no problem. So you said, Guru Maharaj, I'm sorry to hear that. And you went to Noodles later to say Lalita wants to come, but I was not requesting party. Noodles invited me before, and I told both of them, I'm so surprised that you are inviting me, because why would you invite me? That was long before you decided to come to Europe, long
Yeah.
before. So I said, so when Guru Maharaj said, I will, then Guru Maharaj asked Noodles, can Lalita come? And then Noodles called me and she said, Guru said you want to come. I said, no, I'm not the requesting party. Guru said that, but I did not ask him to beg me to come. And I didn't talk about that ticket. Later there was that discussion about my video that they did not like. And at that moment, Noodle sent me a message, Lalita, you're not allowed to come in my house. And I said, don't worry. I canceled the ticket already because I still have this message because you told Frinda.
Oh, I have it too. I showed it to Maharaj too,
So,
Lalita, because
so
I didn't say you were not invited. I said I'll be very clear on that. I said I do not want you to come with that false ego baggage. You drop that baggage, you are welcome. Otherwise not. I said you can't come with that false ego. I said the same message to Govinda, same one that I sent you.
I know.
I sent it to him. And yes, you had false ego, and you still are having it, and I'll be open about it. You are feeding it. If you can't see it, you can't see it. But yes, I've interrupted you because I want to make sure that message, yeah, it's not just you. I mentioned your false ego is not welcome. My Lord doesn't want your false ego in my house. That's what I said. You
Okay,
can go and
okay.
check.
So you think that I can immediately change my false ego to be allowed in your house? No, I can't. I am who I am. I was
Yeah.
invited before with that false ego. You canceled that false ego. And I said, okay, okay, Noodles. I knew already that I didn't say those words, but I knew already that actually you wanted Guru for yourself. And okay, I canceled the ticket already. I canceled the ticket.
First of all, back up there, Lolita. Back up to where it started when you heard her say with Brenda, "Oh well, she's going there," and but you never remember you copped to it. You said you didn't tell her that you had already booked a ticket. Don't go
No, I
all the way.
didn't tell her.
Yeah, you didn't tell her. So if you would have told her, she would have said, "Oh, you booked a ticket already? Yeah, come." I mean, that's what she told me. If she would have
But then
known
my
that,
video will, but my video that they don't like would be there anyway. That discussion would there be anyway. She would cancel me anyway.
what
Ticket or
video?
no ticket, don't you
I mean,
understand
now
that?
do you see, Maharaj? She says she would have kept the ticket, and then this would have happened, and I would have said this anyway. So she cancelled it even before, like she can know what this was
I
going to
canceled
happen.
it
Yeah.
before because I didn't feel welcome anymore.
No, but no, that's no, you're saying that. See that not being welcome was all way down the line, but simply because you didn't tell her in the beginning, you canceled the ticket. You didn't even tell her you booked the ticket. It's like you think
Yeah,
we should be mind readers. This has happened a lot. We're supposed to be mind readers, thinking that we should know what you're doing. You got to tell us what we're doing, or you think we should ask you what you no. This is important that she should have known you made the ticket. It would have changed
there not
everything.
anybody who understands that the discussion would have been there anyway and that I had to cancel my ticket anyway because she said, with your false ego,
No,
you're not.
no,
No,
that
that
was
was way
after.
afterwards.
That way
And I
after.
also
That
And
is
I
not
also said,
true.
Govinda, I am making I told you, I told Govinda, I told everybody, I will make an exception for you and Govinda. Only these two are allowed, I'm telling you, are
Yeah.
allowed to stay at my place, along with Guru Maharaj. I can't encourage anybody else. I made it very clear. It was Funny's idea. Yeah, he's very welcoming person. He's a very good guy. He would like to host, but I'm a bloody bitch. Yeah, I do not like more people at my house. I don't like slaving away, and I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I want to fill up my fucking cup first. So I said, with all those people, all I'll be doing is sitting in the kitchen and get worked up. I'll work you up. I'll get worked up. I don't want people around. Only two will come, and Govinda, because he cannot accommodate himself. I have a soft corner for him, so he will. So does Funny. Actually, he has more. So he will come and stay because he cannot accommodate. I won't be able to care about anybody else. And Lalita, because she's coming from Belgium, and then and we have, I personally wanted to know her more, yeah, because she gets so much of ecstasy and all. I just really wanted to see it close by. So I thought, all right, if she comes, I could get see that. That is why I said I could make an exception both for both of you. Even when I said nobody else will be staying, I still said you and Govinda can come, but you very conveniently forget.
Yeah.
Noodles, did you say to Vrinda, no, Lalita is not coming because Guru is going to Belgium? Did you say that or did you not say that?
I said, oh my God, that is exactly what I'm trying to say. That is because Maharaj was already going to Belgium, wasn't he? So I said that. But at that moment, if you said that, Noodles, I've already made my tickets. Why the fuck would I say, oh, Lalita, you are not welcome because Maharaj is going anyway? Would I say that? But you didn't mention. But you assume things in your head. You talk and you make decisions on my behalf.
I didn't mention that when you said that to Vrinda, but suppose I did not cancel my ticket. Suppose I did not. Let's go back there. Yeah, let's go back to that conversation. Let's go back there and then I make my video what made you so angry and gave me that false ego message. I had to
Sure, I
cancel
would
it.
have asked you not. Yeah, you would have had to cancel then, but don't link you canceling the tickets with that. This is another thing. You
Oh, I
canceled
don't link
without
it on
communicating.
that. I don't link it on that.
You
I link
do.
it on, I
You do.
link it.
Otherwise, you don't bring it up every now and then and say, I cancel the
No,
tickets. I cancel the
no.
tickets. You cancel the tickets, which I didn't even know ever existed in first place. You book and how, I mean, you book tickets to
I
come from one
canceled.
place and you do not communicate to me about the dates.
I canceled the tickets, Noodles, because you said to Vrinda, Lalita is not coming because Guru is going to
Yeah,
Belgium.
again, you didn't tell her you booked the friggin' ticket. Why can't you get that, Lolita? You booked the ticket already.
But I
You
didn't
booked
tell.
it.
That is true. Yes, yeah, that
Okay.
is true.
All right. Good.
I said it many times. I didn't. But what does it have to do with it?
A
I
lot.
don't
A
understand
lot.
the connection.
It's a big, it's an
I tell you
example.
what it is. You do
Okay,
things. I'll tell you, you do things, you reverse them, you act everything, you basically cook stuff in your head and think people are doing that to you. I said something to Vrinda because I didn't know you made your arrangements. It could have been so easier if you just said, if you just communicate what's going up in your head, it becomes easy. I think that's what Maharaj is trying to say. Because
Exactly what I'm
you
trying to
don't
say.
we cannot understand what's running in your mind. Nobody can understand what's running in others' head. Yeah, Janaki, am I wrong?
but yeah, Janaki, maybe you say something because I haven't talked to you for a long time. But well, yeah,
Um,
you say.
well, the thing is, I'm I'm glad it came out. I would never want to arrive at someone's house and know that they don't want me to be there. Because I don't know. I mean, Krishna just let it come out before you had to do. I mean, that's just how I see it. That's just
Well,
how I
you
see it. So
think, okay, I said,
Do you happen to book tickets to someone's place without telling them that you're going to be there? I mean, like without communicating about the dates or something. She did that. Would you do that then? Do you see that? Or do you just see this part of it?
well, for instance, when I first joined with Guru, I was in California. He was in UK, and he kept saying, "Come," and Yamuna would say, "Come." My house is an ashram. Come. So I wanted to go and be. So when I went with Yamuna, I don't know how. She said she wanted us all there, but we all know once being there, you know, it's a lot of tension when a lot of people get in a house, and there was a lot of purification going on. So, you know, I just see, yeah, I would have done that. I would have consulted first. But on the other hand, because Guru was with Yamuna when I was doing all this tickets and all, you know, I thought everyone was part of it because they were there in the same house. Karuna was there, you know, everyone was there for my, when I booked the ticket. And it was just one way because I didn't know, am I going to be there for 2 days, a week, a month? Where am I going? And then from there, we just went on. So I don't know
But
if the dates or if it even mattered. I don't know. Because where Guru is, we all want to be there.
Well, it mattered because of because of what happened. That's why it mattered, because of that miscommunication. As I said, if she would have known that the ticket was booked, it would have been fine because she already wanted her to come. It just got
Guru
all
Maharaj,
it got
I
all
did not,
with
Guru Maharaj, I did not make a problem of that. Don't you remember that you said, okay, I'm sorry to hear that, Lalita. I will ask Noodles if you can come. You, but
that was
I
after the
said, no,
fact. That was after the fact. See, again, you're going after the
after
fact.
what? After, oh, no, after what facts? What
After the
facts?
fact that you didn't tell her in the very beginning that you booked a ticket, and you didn't even tell her that you canceled the ticket. You know, it's just like you didn't. Did she tell you that she canceled the
Oh.
ticket? What? Huh?
She told me after this first thing happened on the stream. Yeah,
I
after her
canceled it
video.
because
After that, did she tell that she cancelled tickets?
is there
Until then, I didn't
nobody
know that
who
she booked.
is there
What?
really nobody who knows that Pani said in public we want Guru for us alone? Is there really nobody who
Again,
remembers that?
again, again.
I am
That
I
was
not
way.
telling you that we said that, but we are still hosting Govinda and Lalita. We said that. Can't you remember that?
No,
Oh yeah.
no.
That's
He
a
said we
miscommunication.
want Guru for us alone. We don't want other devotees around.
No,
No,
you can
no.
go ask Govinda. Govinda, can you please come here? Can you come down here, please?
Yeah, this is actually good. That we let's
Govinda,
get this
when was
part
it that
clear.
I said you cannot, your false ego cannot come after that live video, wasn't it?
It's about a month ago.
Saichi wants to come on.
I can show you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, let me come on. It is true that Noodle said to me, "Don't come here with your false ego," to both of us. And I meditated on that, and I thought about it, and I thought, you know, I've got some.
Oh, this is another moment. No, you
Hold
got
on.
another moment.
Can I speak, Lolita?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, thank you. So, it's true. Noodles and Panny both said to me, you know, don't come here with your false ego. So I looked at my part in what could they be meaning, and I knew already. I had shouted aggressively at them. I didn't feel comfortable about that. So I sent them both an apology. I acted aggressively, verbally. I didn't feel comfortable about that, and I apologized to them. And then everything has begun to get sweeter. So you also received the same message. Don't come here with your false ego. Now, I've cleared things. I've
We are
looked at
not
my
talking
part in it.
about that.
I've
That's
looked at
not
my
the
part in
discussion.
it. This is the reality. I can only share. I didn't feel very nice in my heart how I shouted aggressively at them. So I apologized to them. I'm not looking at anything else, actually. I am not looking at anything else. What they said to me, all these things 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or 5 months ago, I'm looking at Govinda Das's part in what I said to Noodles and Panny, and I didn't feel good in my heart. So I made a genuine apology. and then they welcomed me to come here, and now we're having nice relationships, and that's it.
Not that was not a topic, Govinda.
Well,
That
it
was
is the topic,
no,
because
it's
a
not.
lot. If you just be quiet for 1 minute, in the classes of Guru Hari, we've got the Lila, the deep Chaitanya Lila, which nobody has to actually do the step 4 that I'm coming to talk about. Chaitanya's mercy in the Lila is so abundant. Whether somebody wants to do a step 4 that I'm going to I've shared you an example of a step 4 from my perspective. Nobody has to do it. You don't have to do it. But I like to do step 4 because I believe it helps me, my interactions with people in the world and devotees. Chaitanya Lila is the highest, which we're fortunate Guru Hari is sharing. Whether we want to do a step 4 is up to people. I find it very helpful. And then we're doing the deep japa, deep chanting. And then also Guru Maharaj is facilitating something I've never seen before in any Gaudiya mat and have experience of in 12-step fellowship. And I think it's great for me personally, and those who want to take to this little bit of 12-step fellowship, Ishtagosti. I have to live by this, Lalita and others, because it helps me, and it's a gift. It's not that I know something. It's a gift that's been given to me by Gopala Gauranga. I put it in effect in my life, and I find I would like to make bridges, and doing this step 4 helps to make bridges to people in fellowship in the world, can see that people in Krishna consciousness are not, oh, Govinda's just so fucking ecstatic, I can't relate to him. I can actually talk to them on a step 4 level, and it helps, I find, in my relationships with people. So I recommend it to you. You don't have to do a step 4. But step 4, Guru Maharaj is giving all round everything facility here. Chaitanya Lila, Japa, and Ishtagosti, and that's it. So,
Will you enlighten us what is step 4 basically again?
Yes. Just to clarify, thank you, Guru Maharaj. A step 4 is we look at our part in situations. Could be sort of disagreements with friends, devotees, well-wishers. We look at our part. I'm not looking at, in this instance, Subra's part or Pani's part, what they said to me. I'm not looking at that. They said, come here, don't. I'm looking at Govinda Das's actions. And that's a step 4. So we look at our part, Lalita or Mary or anybody. We look at our part in a situation and we take ownership of that. And actually, I find it very freeing, and it helps us in our Krishna consciousness. So that's it. We take ownership.
It helps connection, right? It helps our connection. It helps our connecting.
Yes, yeah. It really helps our connecting with Krishna, being able to see Krishna, Ramachandra, Chaitanya in other devotees, those with Jesus attraction. It helps us all round. I find it a very beneficial step. And as I said, the mercy that you're giving, Guru Hari, is the mercy that Chaitanya was giving, where it was just given abundantly, without persons. You know, the mercy was just there. But I do find this. I can see.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, Govinda. Like, say, if somebody's mad at me, like Noodles was mad at you, and you're saying, okay, why is that? What did I do that caused such a reaction? Is that what you're kind of saying? Like, what did I do?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I asked that.
Hold on, Lita. I shouted aggressively at Noodles. Why didn't you visit my friends when you was in Wales? I want to share Guru Maharaj with everybody. I shouted and said aggressive things.
And also about these devotees, Govinda, you wanted to pull everybody around. I think we had.
Yes, there's that point too. That's that point too. Now I've meditated on that. That not everybody, Noodles can't feel that she can accommodate everyone here in her house, and I respect that.
And at that point, didn't I not say, Govinda, you are welcome?
Yeah.
When I was yelling, even then I said, "You are welcome, but not the others." Did I tell you that?
Okay.
Did I?
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah. Noodles. Noodles.
In
Why?
private,
Why? Noodles. Why were you mad at Lolita? Why did you say, "Don't bring your false ego"? What was it that bothered you about what she did?
yeah, I asked that and they didn't want to answer. I asked
No,
it in
what do you
public, in the
mean
video.
answer? I was going all through. Go back to the month's video ago, and then listen. What do you mean? I didn't want to answer. I'm telling you. There she one of her videos we were watching. There she was talking about deep purification and all of that. How long it takes and stuff like that. And then I said it doesn't have to be so long. It doesn't have to take so many years. But she said no, that is the process. I said it is winding. Then she said and you can deny all this because I don't have it on record, but this was on the call, so please go ahead and do that if you want to. So she said, yeah, Vaidi says it takes lifetimes and we are saying it takes years. I said no, that's not what Guru Maharaj says. Maharaj says you can't time box this. It might even take lifetimes for me, or it might just take months for me. You cannot say what I have now is what you had 7 years ago. How can you say that? That's what I said. But you said that what we have now is what you had 7 years ago. And that's something which did not go well with me. And I told
I
him
made a
plain,
new video to explain it elaborately.
how do you expect this? This is another thing. I made a video. Did you even tell us that you made a video to explain us? We have to, you expect us to go, or after all this, you expect us again to go and watch your video. So because you made a video for us and you didn't even tell us that you made a video for us.
She's trying to tell you now. She's trying
I
to
made
tell you now.
It doesn't make sense now, Sachi. Now she's told this a zillion times. I made a video to explain. It makes sense to talk to the person when you're in that moment, not dwell
Yeah.
upon that, and then just build up a big, build a big castle and then start pouncing on. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
made
again, making a video is it's better to just talk to the person and tell them, and not make it like idea. Well, watch my video.
That you said Funny didn't apologize. I was standing right there. He spoke to you. He said he's sorry. You were all smiling, and we cannot understand this duplicity that you have, Lalita. If you are smiling, if you're talking and talking all hey and all well, we think that it is resolved. For us, it is resolved. If we are pissed, we show it. We do not hide it behind a smile. That's how we are, and that's how we expect others to be. Maybe you're not like that, but we didn't know you are double faced, did we? I didn't know that you could put on a happy face and have so much inside. I didn't know. If my husband gets angry, I get angry. The other person knows. Ask Guru Maharaj. The other day we were purifying. How was he, Maharaj? He just slammed the door on you and he went away, wasn't he? You knew he was pissed, didn't you? He makes sure
Yeah,
the other
definitely.
person knows that he's pissed with them. He doesn't put on a smile. But that's him, all right. Maybe you do it that way, but we didn't know that you hide so much inside and you are double faced. That's what I was trying to say. You were being double faced. You said
I
you
tried.
act like everything was fine in that call. I was right there. I didn't want to talk to you. He was talking to you. I was there. He apologized. You said it's all right. He apologized because he didn't apologize for the content. Actually, he apologized because he took names. He was being harsh, which is why he apologized to you. You could, yeah. Please go ahead and say you. He didn't. I will leave after I've said. You can say all that you want to say. So, but he did that, Maharaj. I was there. It is my word for her word. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, so you yeah, it's like that. But we did. You can't, you conveniently shut that off. And also about the laptop, everyone pulled in. Otherwise, he was the first one who said he will give it. Yeah, he was not being a hypocrite back then. We didn't know this thing existed in you back then. Yeah, little did we have a clue. We wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, and that's to comment here. There's so much that Pani and Noodles have done for me, and I also, they've done so much for me, helping me with equipment, solar panels, and everything.
Yeah.
He did offer to buy you a computer, the genuine from his heart to buy you a computer. Now, my thing would be, thank you. It might have come from other devotees, but what about the offer was there? Everything I'm looking at now, Pani's given me almost, the solar panel in front of me, even coming to their house and being able to have a hot bath. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful to them. We've had stuff, but we've worked it out, and this is part of a step 4. I listen to what their stuff that I've caused them harm with. So
Mhm.
if we come from a perspective, Pani, how have I caused you harm? Mary, how have I caused you harm?
Yeah,
Noodles,
I
how have I
forgot to
upset
type
you?
their name. Can I speak now?
Yeah.
Because it's all about me.
No, I mean, this is a generic thing that everybody can put into their life. Step 4 is just is a generic thing that anybody can put in their life. It's not about any one person. It's a generic spiritual principle that I try to put in practice in my life, and I'm offering that gift to others who want to work it. Yeah, go ahead, Alita. Yeah,
I wanted to explain it when it became a fight, it became a cuss party. I couldn't explain, so I made a video, and I'm sorry that I didn't put their names on it. It was 5 in the morning. I had cried all night. I was finished. So the only thing I thought was, if I want to express it, I will repair and explain that whole situation of the long lifetimes and the purification, the eternal purification that we had. So I went live and I explained it. And 1 hour later, actually, because for me it was morning, but for Pani it was morning as well. 1 or 2 hours later, he already saw my video and he called me and he said, "This is a beautiful video. I'm happy with it now." He did not apologize. He said, "I'm happy with it now." And I was happy that he was happy. That's all. That's all. But I had to deal with all those voice messages that really were really, really very, very hurtful. And I had no defense. I couldn't defend myself. So that was still inside of me. So yeah, I would have liked that he said, "Is it okay for you now as well, Lalita? Are you happy as well?" But there was no
I
room
think
for that.
what
There were no
others
apologies.
to
No, no, no.
others to ask how you are feeling, Lalita. We just went yesterday when he had a conversation. He felt good about it. He went and told Maharaj, "I felt good about it." Maharaj didn't come and ask. We went and told. How much? Why do you always expect people should ask you or people should understand what's going on in your
I,
head? When you had a thing, he spoke. He would assume you would be happy if you're smiling. What else would you think? If you had still had something, you could have opened up and told, just like he said, whatever he said, you could have said. Otherwise, how do you expect people to read your minds? Does it make
Yeah,
any
that's
sense?
what I got. This is the thing. He tells he said, "Well, she was smiling and it sounded like she felt good about it." I said, "So I just told you that." And then you came back and said, "Well, I wasn't feeling that way." See, that's that two-faced thing. I
That's not
think,
the two-face. That evening you asked, express yourself in the
see,
video, and
again, you see, this is the problem. You defend, defend, defend. I never, you see here, you cop to practically anything. But you did cop today. You did say you should have told them about the ticket. So there's something. But we got to do more of that, maybe, I don't know,
I
to get
also
a
had to
congruent.
tell him, "Yeah,
Huh?
Pani, but you have hurt me strongly, and I've cried all night, and I'm not over that. I could,
Okay. Yeah.
I also had to tell that, but I
Yeah.
never take a part for myself. I never come up for
Yeah.
myself. Never
Okay.
take my
Yeah.
part. I
Yeah.
never fight for myself. So that I admit that I
Yeah.
was already happy that there was some peace, and that
Okay.
is true.
All right.
That
So,
is true. And
Rome wasn't built
I
in a
told
day,
you that many times. I
yeah.
No, I
repeated that.
appreciate that. I appreciate that things are coming up and out now, and that's what needs to be done. And so we'll sort it out gradually, these things. So this is, I think it's good, and I am very happy that you and Noodles had this dialogue here a little bit. And let's just put it out and get some level of clarity, or at least be in a process of that.
It is not
Um,
being two faces. It is just that I don't take for myself. I'm happy with that. With I saw Pani is happy
Not,
again.
Lalita, that's what you keep lying to yourself. You have to understand you're lying to your own self. You're not happy with just others being happy. How can you just be happy with others being happy? If that is really true, yeah, you wouldn't bottle it up. You wouldn't remember all these things and then it just doesn't become a big volcano and burst. It doesn't
Yeah.
work
Listen.
like that.
Listen,
You
out
are
of
you're
ex-
really happy. It doesn't work like that. You are not. It hurts you, and you should just own it up and say it hurts me. It hurt me, you bloody fucker. It hurt me. You could have said that to him.
yeah,
Well,
Noodles,
Noodles, you could be saying right now what is it hurts you right now. You could be doing that too, Noodles. You could be saying
Yeah,
this is
that's true.
bothering me
Yeah, just
instead.
do it now. Yeah, do it now. Yeah, it's like that. Just do it and done. Now I don't want, a month later again. I don't want to be talking about July 2nd video and on August 2nd,
Yeah.
like we are talking about June 2nd video on July 2nd. Yeah, that's exactly what it
I would
hurts you.
I
You
would
say
like to answer that. There have, for instance, Yamuna. She heard me a lot, many times.
Mhm.
But out of experience, I also know by chanting that I could go over it, because otherwise I could never have been her friend. So
but
I
yeah,
thought, if he's happy, for all the rest will be solved. The rest will be solved after getting little by little a relationship with each other and growing up together. And I thought, I'm not going to say my part, because after that night, what I had to hear, I didn't want to hear those things again. So I didn't want to open up that. But in the evening, maybe it was Krishna's arrangement, I opened it up.
Mhm.
Because Guru asked me, what about you, Laita? How did you experience this? And then it was there. And then the bullying came back.
it was
Yeah.
not bullying. This is another problem you have. Yeah, it is not bullying. You know what's bullying? I mean, if you call that bullying, I told this to Maharaj too. I do not know what we have to say, what we do to Tom on live. Yeah, it's bloody butchering that we do, and that guy sits there and takes it.
If you call people names, etc., it
But
is.
it wasn't
No,
like
no.
that.
You know what? Okay, actually, I talked to Govinda about this bully thing, or somebody here. And basically, the bully thing can happen like this. If I'm saying something and the person is taking a certain way, but not revealing the impact they're getting, like if this is too much, or I'm getting, it's causing this in me and causing that. And the person just sitting there and withdrawing more and more. And you could say, this person is a bully. But maybe that's a conditioning from our past with our relationships with our father or some authority. We're adults now. We can learn that, oh, that's my boundary. I can't go that far. That's triggering the, I don't feel, oh, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling that way. And then I would know that, oh, I'm going too far. Then I need to like stop or back off. Now, if I'm a bully, I wouldn't respect that, because you're an adult now, you're setting the boundary. But see, when you keep that other face, the smile face, and inside you're feeling different, and then you think it's the person's a bully because they're continuing to go. Maybe it could be that situation, deep, and it's too much, but you don't tell them it's too much until you explode, later on. I mean, what do you think all these men, you tell me, well, in Turkey you did this, in 2018 you did this. This is all stuff that should have been dealt with immediately. And that's what Noodles is trying to say. Just deal with it, immediately. Don't hold it for 20 years or 5-6 years, and then even expect me to accept that as the truth when I can't even remember. It's been
Yeah,
so
Guru
far.
Maharaj, but you've got to feel safe first before you can say those things. You've got to feel safe first. I don't have that safety.
Okay, what
Okay,
is
that's
safety
one
for you?
thing.
Okay, go ahead, Govinda.
Okay, let
Before
me
you
speak
can
this
tell
here.
people
Let
what
me
they
speak
do.
this here, because I'm just gonna. This is a generic
No,
thing.
no, let Lalita
What?
speak.
If it's funny,
I
that's
think
understood. Yeah, it's okay. Don't feel safe with him. But you had issues with
you
Guru Maharaj
Okay,
also. You
this
pulled up thing against him. Are you not
Safety
safe
is
with
a
him?
hot
You
topic.
said
you
safety.
invited
Safety.
Lalita.
with
You
the Guru.
invited Lalita and then you shut her down.
Okay, let's focus on the bullying aspect, because I'm saying this is projection, Lolita. Okay, so you've asked Gora Hari for confidentiality. You want confidentiality whilst discussing other devotees and family members. That's not clean. Okay,
But
that's not
everybody
clean.
does.
You want confidentiality and discussing other members. The bullying is coming from you. and you're projecting it because you have been bullied very likely in your previous, as you were growing up. A bully only bullies because they were bullied. The bullying is coming from you. This is a discussion. This is an istaghosting. Bullying is like the film we watched the other night. This is my
we're not there.
definition of
We're
bullying.
not. I don't see any bullies here, actually.
There's no bullying here,
Not
Lilita.
really.
This is family affairs. This is compassion, and this is
And it's
istaghosting
safe,
effect. And I'm
actually.
really happy.
Is this, what, that's why I was asking her, what is your definition of being safe? What is safety for you? What would make you feel safe?
Can I say something, please? Unless Lolita wants to say something.
No,
You
no,
know,
you say
go
first.
ahead, go ahead. Go ahead there, Sati.
You say first.
Lolita, are you going to say something? Okay. My father fucking hit me in the face and broke my nose. I wouldn't want to speak up about something either. No, not me. But if that's what happened to Lolita, I can see how she wouldn't feel safe when people are going, you're being a bully, you are doing, that's you. We need to get away from the you stuff. And I mean, Govinda has a point, but the you part is threatening. And so what we need to do, I watched a little video on a little boy that was bullied all the time. And this older boy, and the woman told, the shopkeeper told the boy, try to find out something about this boy that keeps bullying you. So he hid in the bushes and followed him home and found out that the father was bullying the bully. And they managed to actually, become friends. And so she said, invite him to your house so he can meet your father, who's not a bully, and then you guys become friends. It worked out. They become friends. So anyway, when people say things, it triggers old, deep feelings in us, and then we feel it so strongly. We don't feel. We're in the busy feeling the feelings, and we can't even say anything right now. And that's where that's where
Yeah,
the Satan.
I am in shock. I am in shock. I cannot say. I explained that. And
Yeah.
I am not there, Guru Maharaj, every 5 minutes to talk about the devotees and say,
Yeah.
you asked me a lot about the devotees. You asked. And then I answered when we were in Mexico, but I'm not there. But it's only for this big problem that I am so deep and that I actually need your help. And then you say, I'm not going to be confidential. Well, that's
No,
a heavy
no.
thing. It's
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
fine. I really want to go through this, and I
I know.
need to use support.
Yeah. Well,
You got support.
you have
I want to
support.
tell it first to you. I
You
want
have
it.
support. You have support of all of us, and what you're experiencing maybe is what I felt 10 years ago when I first went through these steps with Ranga. I thought everybody's on at me, and it's painful. But when you come out the other side, if you realize I'm coming from a place of compassion, and anybody is, it's not you. We don't like you. It's Govinda. Govinda's got stuff that's horrible, and we're helping him get rid of his stuff. Ranga helped me to, and
Pani wants to come on. Pani,
Yeah.
Pani wants
Okay.
to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lalita, let me just address it. I think what I hear you saying, if this is correct, is that you would wanted to work it out with me first, between you and I. Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course.
Yeah, I got that.
For the first time.
Yeah. But
I'm not a devotee who is there every 5 minutes. Guru Maharaj, I have a problem. When I call you, when I talk to you, it's because it's urgent. It's because I really need you.
right. Yeah. I got it. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. And so the thing is, I still needed clarity with the other devotees to get this, because you were saying certain things that involve them, and I was not getting the full picture. I need other input. So
I told you I would talk to Guru Maharaj. I already put the first step.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's all right. So, yeah, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's coming. You know, one thing, Lalita, you're doing it. You're trying to do this. You know, it's like this awesome. I think it's really great. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I know it's not
It's
so easy. You know, it's confronting and so many things. So, but you know, in the long run, it'll work. You know, it's already. You know, you are with people, supportive people, actually, even though.
And
Yeah.
Maharaj, I wanted to ask a question about chanting and things going away. Is that not what? Is it not putting away purification? That's what Johann used to say. Like, I can chant. I don't have to go through purification. Chant it, and then it gets better.
Yeah. Well, you see, the
I just
thing
want
is,
some clarity on that.
yeah, the thing is, the chanting getting better means the stuff has to be released too. That the chanting is bringing in. You can't put old new wine in an old wineskin. So we're doing that, and because that's what Lord Chaitanya is doing, and it's forcing these things out, so that we can be like. So it's not only are we in this relationship with God, but it translates on this plane too if you want, because we're here in the Sangha, it translates in loving relations, clear relations, frank relations, truthful relationships on this plane also. And so the kinks are our past conditioning. We got to, this is how we kind of get through it. Gradually, we're getting rewired here, for better relations. And that's what you don't see. And we're, on practically every level, we're doing hands down what no Vaishnavas have done at all. I don't even know if they got to this stage in 550 years ago. It's so deep here. I mean, it's amazing. We're going so deep with this, with the Lord, and also the Lord in us, in our relations on this plane of we're dealing with each other. See, so it's
I don't have existential safety. I don't have that. It's something that lacking with me, and I could use some support. Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah. You got Tom. Tom's very supportive, actually. Hey,
I
sorry,
never,
Tom, if
I never
I just
talked to.
felt like I needed to, because Lolita just came on and, and she probably had something that was related to her. So, yeah, yeah.
And I did not have a problem with pioneer noodles. I only had a problem after this fight. Before I had no problem. I was only very surprised that they invited me, but I had no problem. That all came after this fight.
Mhm. Yeah,
Alita,
a lot
even
of
we
them.
had no problem with you. Even we had no problem before this. All I was just trying to get across my point, yeah, that it was not right what you said. That's all I wanted to say, but you didn't want to hear that out, and then it all triggered.
But it was right what I said. But I don't want to go. It is a process of pure eternal purification. You took that wrongly. That's why I made that
Uh,
video.
no,
Fanny understood it.
am I heard?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
yeah,
you can't see being seen.
we
Somehow
can't
my
see
video.
your video. Your video's
Yeah,
off.
I don't know. The camera
That's all right.
doesn't come up on the
That's
browser.
okay.
I'm
We
trying.
we hear you. You can hear. You can talk. We can hear you.
Yeah, I think the issue was not. Yeah, it's still about the preaching that was different from what we were hearing in Guru Maharaj's preaching. So that was a difference. It's an eternal preaching. We are not. Sorry, eternal purification. That's not what we are disagreeing on. What we are disagreeing on is that everybody's way of progressing in the sangha has to be like yours, Lalita. That was the point of contention, and it was very clear in your message when you said you are what you're experiencing, meaning what me and Noodles probably are experiencing now, is what you have experienced
No,
7 years ago when you started. So there
no.
was that misunderstanding on your part. I have a recorded voice messages where you said that. I can even play that now if you want. You cannot deny it.
First,
There's one
yeah.
thing.
Hey,
There's one thing. there's one thing about you. Another thing that you have to come to grips with is facts are facts, right? So you cannot twist it. There is a way of twisting it when you talk about people with different people. Not like, for instance, you called me a hypocrite yesterday while with Maharaj. Well, when I was talking with you afterwards, you said I have no problem with you. I heard both sides of the story. How am I to trust anyone like that, right? So that's another angle. So it's like you have to come to grips with your feelings.
But I
It's
just
okay.
explained it.
Yeah, it's a and your facts were not right when you call me a hypocrite for not buying a laptop for you. No, I was the first one who jumped after Marat said, "Okay, who wants to buy it?" I jumped on it even before I knew there were going to be any donations, right? So that's a laptop, but you call me a hypocrite by stating it incorrectly. So your facts were all messed up there. Now I even proposed to give back those 1100 euros that devotees have donated. I had a call with you and said 1100 euros is the donation I got, and then I can send you back. You denied, you said we can use it for Maharaj and your first travel. You said that, didn't you?
I said
How
for
could,
my rights, yeah. I
right,
said give
how,
a
how,
donation to Guru.
right. So then how could you call me a hypocrite in that particular instance with these facts? And you did. You did call me a hypocrite yesterday. I'm not trying to hold you responsible for this. What I'm
Also,
trying to say,
what is this? Just one other thing. I don't want to like be real hard, but you did. There was a thing you said that he's a few times. He's a false person. He's
person,
a
yeah.
false person. Yeah, and you
What's
did say
false
that.
about what's false about me? That's why I want to give you facts so that because it's all people are hearing now. I want to tell you, and then you can tell me if it's true or not, Lalita. So I even told you if there was bed bugs, right? When you were moving from Mexico back, you had all the whatever bed bugs biting you. I said I can even sponsor that for getting a bed bug treatment in Belgium when you returned. Do
I
you
haven't
remember
heard
that?
it. No, where did you say that?
This is the problem with her. So now when every time how else will I remember this, right? So that's the thing I want. So maybe she forgets it, she gets her facts wrong or whatever. At least with the laptop thing, it's up in the air, right? Everybody has heard it. There was a video to back it up. Otherwise I feel so twisted with these facts that every time I have to confront this person to say, oh, what did I say and what did I not say? Is yeah. So I think next time when you said you offered to have a chat with me, I want to have it all recorded. I
Yeah, yeah,
cannot
yeah. You told me
trust
that. Yeah.
I cannot trust what comes out of your mouth anymore because of this twisting of facts. This is from my side of the story. I've seen time and again it has happened with me that you don't represent the facts as they are.
Who else did hear that you wanted to pay the treatment for back bugs? Did you
That's
say
the problem. That's the problem. That is exactly the problem because there's no one else who heard it. You can twist it up.
no, Pani? Where did you say that? Did you say that in a live video? Did you call me? Did you write that to me?
I called you and I also wrote it to you. But now that we deleted our conversations, right? You can go back. Maybe Facebook
When did
has it.
you call me? When did you call me after Mexico? You never called me in Mexico.
When you were traveling, right? When you were traveling back to Belgium, I had those chats. I wish I had those chats because I blocked you. They're all gone now. But
I
anyway,
haven't have any conversation with you when I went to Belgium. Never. Never. Only with noodles while I was in Mexico, not with you. I never had that. What did
okay.
I answer? What
You
did
you
I answer?
you forget. Okay. What about
What
the
did-
laptop, right? What about the laptop thing? What about the laptop thing?
Yeah, you said you would pay the whole situation. And when
Why
I
did
said,
you call me? Why did you call me a hypocrite with Maharaj then? Why?
wait, I don't understand all your words. Can you please repeat a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
slow?
Okay. Why did you call me a hypocrite by saying I wasn't paying for the laptop? You took the laptop issue and then you told Maharaj yesterday, you messaged him that I was a hypocrite in that regard. Why did you say
I
that?
also I don't understand anymore. Repeat
Yeah.
it.
So when I call you with facts, you cannot explain because you're caught. That's the thing. That's the thing I see. You cannot explain with facts. And you said I was the one who invited and uninvited you, but it was Noodles who did that. So you're holding me for things that I haven't even fucking done. And I don't know what you're talking with Amy on the back. 9 hours. I don't know what you speak about me. I'm a bit worried because you go and talk about other people, like me, for instance, with others in this sangha, and then you might spoil the, whatever you put in facts, you put in twisted facts, right, in their ears. So if you have
You ask
something
Amy. Ask
something about,
Amy.
if you have something about me or someone else, you must talk with them, especially if it's a bothering one, right? So you must talk with them, you must muster courage to talk.
You must have what?
Muster. You muster. Get up courage to get courage to
Yeah,
talk.
like you've done yesterday, which is quite good. I felt good after that you were talking about it. But then again, there is this face about you that maybe I don't understand what you say or something. But I've seen this happen with others.
But you haven't seen my face.
What happened? Oh, your microphone's all messed up. I mean, maybe go down and on again. I'll take you down because your microphone's messed up. Come back up.
I would remember
Lalita.
that about the bed bugs. Come on, this is something really. Where is this coming from now? Where is this coming from?
Well,
You
again,
must
Lalita.
again, that thing with the bed bugs now. Well, that you'll have to just start fresh because like you say you didn't hear it. He said it, and he has said, yeah, we'll just start again
It's in the
and
I
past.
record.
still
It's in the
have
past.
Annie. I didn't delete all his message. I will try to. I can find it back. I still
Yeah,
have all his
that's
messages.
Okay.
excellent. That's excellent that you can find it. If you're honest enough, you will find it because you were the one who cleared all the conversation between us, right? The voice messages. You were the first person to clear them, right? Do you
Yeah,
remember
at
that?
a certain moment I was, but not all, or
No,
just
no,
in
no.
between.
Let answer yes or no. It's a yes or no question, right? Don't twist the fucking facts. When we had a conversation, right? When we had those voice messages between you and me, right? Where
That's
that thing has
bullying.
happened,
That was
right?
bullying.
Yeah. So at that point, who was
No,
the
his
first person?
his no no no. His Connie going no no no. Answer yes or right. No, that's
Yeah, because
bullying.
there is
That's
no.
bullying behavior,
That's not a
Connie.
bullying behavior. It's actually getting the facts right. I'm trying to get a yes or no
Yeah, and
answer
plus
for it.
you can't say it's bullying if you're not the recipient. He's talking to her.
Well, the
Not
fact of the matter is, all this is in the past, also, and we get to the point where we have to record everything that being
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
It's a
That's
little
that's what
bit
I'm.
like, can't we just let things go? There's so many things I've had
I
to look
have
and feel
Mary,
and
Mary.
feel.
I'm saying I
Let me
have.
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Now, I'm
actually,
done.
Mary, you
There's so
jumped
many
in
things
there.
I
You
I
jumped
had to
in
feel.
there, and you
Yeah,
Well,
jumped
we
in. You
all have
actually
potential.
interrupted.
I've been sitting
You
here so
interrupted.
long waiting. I'm gonna interrupt. Yeah, I want to interrupt now.
Okay. Okay.
So I think, the thing with bullying is its behavior. It's bully behavior basically. But
Uh,
you know, we got to let a lot of things go. We're going to trigger stuff with each other right and left. Gorhari, I've got 25 years of being triggered by you, and I have not brought it all up to you. I've felt it and felt it and felt it. You went 3 years in Mexico, and I finally get you back, and you're here maybe 4 days because most of the times you're up in the mountain, and then all of a sudden now you're gone till the end of August, and it's like I didn't have any time with you. That was kind of a snatch you up thing, but you kind of went along with it, so I have to accept. And it's like you know, it's constantly, the things are going to happen and it's going to trigger us, and we have to feel our feelings and accept and go on, and feel and accept and go on. And and the point at which to bring it up to somebody or not it's tricky. It's hard to know, you know. It's really hard to know sometimes.
Yeah.
We have to let the past go, and hopefully at some point, you know, it'll all just get cleared out.
Yeah, but if sometimes people talk about the past, it's because they couldn't say it in the past, and because it's still they still want to share that because it gives a deeper effect than they ever expected it. You can only be healed when you express, when you say to the person himself, "Look, I had a problem with that," and if you couldn't say it then, maybe you take the opportunity to say it now, so that you can become healed. That's all. So I will
Yeah.
try to find that back of those bed bugs.
Mhm.
It's the first time that I hear it.
Mhm.
Maybe that conversation must have been not seen for me, that information. Maybe I was too. I don't know where my mind was at that moment. I don't know. Can I answer about that laptop?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, normally when some in my condition, when
Mhm.
somebody promises to buy something for somebody,
Mhm.
he will say, "Okay, what is my part? I could have used that money that I got more to
Mhm.
give to you as donation or to invest here for the devotees." So what I received from the devotees, so I was a bit, oh, but I know that Pani did that effort by
Is your sound okay? Can you, yeah, there's something wrong with your sound there, Lolita. Um, oh, there we go. I think you got it now. Go ahead, Lolita.
so I know that Pani did that effort
Your sound is, what's going on with your microphone, Fani? I think it might be affecting her thing. Is your microphone working there, Fani?
Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's working. So, Lolita, let me take you down and put you back up again. Maybe it's something to do with this. Okay, say something, Lolita.
I know that Pani did that.
Oh, I
Is
think
it
it's
because
Fani's thing.
is yeah, is it because if somebody else's microphone is on?
It might be Fani's thing. Let me take him down and see if it works. Okay, go ahead there, Lolita.
I know that Pani ordered that for me,
Oh man, it's 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 the microphone. Yeah, it's her microphone. You know what? Go off and come back on, Lolita. You know, like, yeah, your microphone is messed up now.
Sorry, I had to go.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
some call.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard you volunteer when you went about the laptop, right? I heard you and then I said, didn't I say something about like, well, let's take up a collection, so that
Yeah,
everybody. Didn't I say that?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
said that.
so it's not all on you, type thing.
Yeah, that's what you made clear. But at
Yeah.
that point in the call, it was just you and me who volunteered at that point, right? And then I went back. I asked Freddie, Tom, and someone else. Was it Fernando? I think we three
Right.
formed a group because
Yeah.
I think we in. So I think they pulled in something, and then they decided to send it directly to Lalita, the
Okay.
contributions. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that yeah. So I said okay. So they went to her,
Yeah.
and at that point I researched the prices. They were exorbitantly high in Europe compared to
Mhm.
US, especially
Mhm.
the deal that was excellent. So we said we can buy it in the US trade. So I said I'm going to buy it, and then
Mhm.
Lalita can do transfer of whatever funds she got. So that's
Yeah.
what has happened. So I
Yeah.
got 1100.
Yeah. And
And
also, yeah. Okay. So that happened, and you did give me so many donations here. You've been,
uh,
buying food, and you gave me also the $1,100. you gave a donation, $1,100 in money. So it's not like you didn't do that, and so many things, it's like, yeah, so that's
Yeah,
there. It's not like you didn't do anything.
yeah,
I think I told Lolita that. I told her that you get, yeah,
There
you
was
get
money
donate.
that the devotees
actually,
gave to me, that 1100. Yeah.
Yeah,
I offered actually on the chat. I don't know if it's a call or a chat. I don't want to be put against the wall for it, but I don't have the full details. But I think I offered Lalita the remaining 150 or 180 euros from the laptop that was pending to send her back, or even the whole money back. The 1100 that I got in donation back to her. So she said, no, we can use it for you. That's what she said. Because
yeah,
I know with money, I'm more proactive in terms of saying, sticking to my word and then doing more than what I said rather than
yeah,
doing less in money.
yeah,
That's who I am.
Yeah,
She said,
yeah. That's true. I've seen it. I
I
just
said
see it
give
in
the
your
rest to
character.
Guru.
Yeah, and he
Give the
did.
rest to Guru. This is
Yeah,
donation for Guru.
yeah, yeah. He's definitely done that. So that's there. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is good, that we just start airing things out a little bit. And I think, Lolita, that's great that you're so willing to to do it. I mean, to be yourself, to be more yourself, to be more clear, and for all of it, I think it's great, and we need this.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
high five.
and fun. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying this is. I'm saying high five and claps. I wish my video was on, but yeah, it's great that Lalita is actually taking this step to come out. She said she needed support. She cried, which is great. I mean, I don't know. My voice might be strong, and maybe you might feel that I'm a fucking bully or something, but that's not me. I'm actually feeling good that Lalita is finally, she
Yeah,
cried, she and
yeah,
then she's asking for help. I was the person who would never ask for help. And being close to Noodles, I said, why? I feel so weak. It's like, why? I can ask help when I'm stuck and then things get done, It's
yeah,
that easy. It's that easy.
yeah. Yeah. And it's great. Noodles and Fani are also, they're also really open. They're very direct, and that what they feel, they'll tell you, man. And it's actually healthy for me to be in an environment like this. And yeah, it's really great. I think we all work well together. We just have to, this is part of bonding. It's a bonding thing. What do you think, dear Sachi? Are we bonding?
Yeah, good. I'm getting invited to talk. So, yeah, I don't have any ill feeling. I don't feel like I have any ill feelings towards anyone because I take on anything I feel, I take it all and I bury it inside. I take it all in, and that can actually make us sick. And I've been
Yeah,
doing a little bit of healing. The last few months, I've been doing some healing because I recognize that. That's why I read the self-help books, because I recognize what I'm doing. Taking everything in and not asking, like Pani said, not asking for help, not telling about what's bothering me. So that was good for me to go, no, I'm going to interrupt and I'm going to talk today. That's
yeah,
a
yeah,
step for me.
yeah.
That's a
That's
step
great.
for me. And
Yeah,
there's like it, but at some point, the past is the past. And
yeah,
so if there's something in the present that we can use, as and feel these feelings and address the present without too much
yeah,
of the
yeah,
past, I think that's a good idea.
yeah,
And also uh yeah, and there was just a couple times here where I felt um like I could relate with Tom, because Tom started to talk about something and then he got shut down twice by
yeah,
you, Gorhari.
yeah.
Because
No, I know. I try to apologize for my part
I
of it.
heard that.
I'm learning from
I know.
Govinda to do this stuff.
Yeah, I know that. I see that, and it's great.
Same
And
with
I've
the
actually read
brothers.
that. I've actually read that in a spiritual book written by a woman that's a Vaishnava, and she said you know, if the other person is doing wrong, you know, eventually they'll get it that they're doing
Yeah,
wrong.
eventually we do.
have to
Yeah,
have
we
some
all do.
Sometimes we have to just have some patience. And
Yeah, yeah,
so anyway.
yeah. I'm feeling more bonded with Tom nowadays. I feel more like accepting. It's hard for me to accept him for a while, but I'm feeling better. It's like, it's like he's so different, kind of different guy. He's not like everybody else, and so it was like, So now it's like, hey, Tom, I like him. I like him. He's himself.
I think
Sachi
Tom's not a
also
macho.
had a hard time with her for years, but I'm starting to accept her too. Better, Sachi.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I guess I don't think Tom's a macho type, or have the macho type of defense mechanism. You know.
Yeah. I think we all like that, with different devotees. It's may be a little harder to accept certain devotees for whatever reason it is. It just is like that, and we just gotta kind of grow on each other a little bit. Yeah.
And you know, one thing I had to deal with and heal up is that I was like, I've known you so long, I'm part of your past. And it's like, where do I even belong? Everybody here kind of grouped together at the same time and came in there all together. And where do I fit? They all like him, but do they like me? And, you know, I just feel like I'm a floater. And I used to feel like I didn't belong. But
Yeah.
now I realize that it's up to me to work on trying to belong. If I don't feel like I belong, it's up to me to get in there and make myself belong.
Yeah, exactly. You got to jump into the fire. Okay, I'm getting hungry, man. I don't know about you guys. This has worked up an appetite here. Are you hungry, Lolita? No. Anyway, we'll continue. We're works in progress here. We'll continue working on it.
Lolita, you look pretty when you cry.
Actually, I didn't say that because I might be considered a prick, but you just said what I had in my heart. She looks actually like a plum. So cute. So I upset you with all those harsh words. I'm saying it again. Oops, she went.
No, that was me. I did the thing. It can't handle all these things. Okay, go ahead.
But you
Sorry.
know what?
Sorry for being so harsh on the chats, Lalita. I shouldn't have behaved that way. I didn't know you were so sensitive. I just am such a prick. I just have to say it the way it is from my side. It's like I'm like
No,
that.
you apologize, and I appreciate very much, Pania.
Ooh, I'm getting a kiss from my mom or something. The way you said it.
Me too.
This is great.
Yeah, that was too harsh to bear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but I think it'll sort out. I think now you can ask for more help as well whenever it happens, and we can deal with things as they happen. Instead of doing it in the bottling it up. Yeah, cool.
No, thank you. I'm just not used to your kind of, you and Noodles kind of expressing yourself and coming out, and it comes very.
I know. Yeah, first I think I lived in Austria, and then I would be so pissed off with people. They're not expressive. They don't say anything, and I'm like, did they even hear what I said? It would be so hard. Yeah, no, it might be a cultural thing as well, but yeah, it is. But here, I feel if things are bothering me, just say it. It's like it's great because I see that as we purify, there's like a collective growth. It's not individuals' growth. It's like a collective's growth. I feel like an energy. And,
yeah, we'll all benefit.
Yeah.
So now you apologize. I heard it very, very clearly, and thank you so much.
It's my part now.
Yeah.
I say one thing to? I want to say something to that.
Can I just
That's
jump in,
so
Mary, and interrupt you? Please do a bhajan for us when at home, please, because I really like
What?
them.
After we finish all this, I can do
That's what I
that.
mean. That's what I
But
mean.
but not right away. But I
Yeah,
wanted
okay.
to say something to Andromeda. She can defend herself if she come on and come live. She said, it just came in my face what she said. Asking for a simple yes or no is not bullying. It was the energy behind it. It was like, you know, um, I think it was Govinda. I'm not sure, but whoever said, I want to know something, and then the answer started to come, and he goes, no, I want a yes or a no. It was the energy behind it. Wanting a yes or no is not a problem, but the energy behind it was a little bully behavior. That's all.
That's how it felt. I don't say it meant like that, but that's how it feels. I know that you felt it as well, Sachi. Yeah.
The thing with me is I'm impatient. That's my shortcut. I'm very impatient when, and I know somehow it might also be like I know how to get the answer out, kind of a thing. It's like when with a yes or no, it's clear whether it's yes or no. But with a
I
lot,
don't understand what you say. Can you repeat that? In the
uh,
beginning, in the beginning.
oh, I'm very impatient.
I don't.
My
Yeah,
nature.
I don't. Sorry, I
My,
don't even think it was Pani who did that, who said that. But anyway.
It,
oh,
it, it was Pani. It was Pani,
I
Mary.
thought that yes or no. Yeah, I thought you were referring to me the way I said it before. Anyway,
Impatient. Impatient?
yeah.
Okay.
Impatient, like they want to get things done efficiently. That's in my nature. It's like a thing.
Yeah. He wants to be a pure
I hope.
devotee in 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I had a fight with Guru Maharaj the other day. See, I've given all my time and everything. That was a different thing, but it was with Maharaj. I get very impatient. Why aren't you giving me this thing? It's like I had a fight with him for that. I said
I should have recorded that one to see your face, how it changed in 1 second after.
And another thing, I don't understand Noodles, her talk, her accent, it's very, very difficult to understand. I understand Pani better. And
Yeah.
that moment that you were speaking in one of the other videos, Pani, there was a lot of noise because Janardana, his mic was open and there was noise of the street where he was. So I did this to understand you. Although, and then you said, look at Lalita's face. It was not because I was judging you. It is not my language, English. I only know it for a few years. Um,
Mhm.
when you see me doing this, I'm trying to hear, I'm concentrated to
ah,
hear.
so you know what? That's common between you and Noodles. Initially, after marriage, I was like, "Why is she mad at me for everything?" It's like when she pays attention, eyes become like as if like like her eyebrows come closer, which is usually when you're like angry or pissed off. Yeah, that's how she would look. And it's why is she mad at me for everything? As I'm not saying anything, but that's probably. Just when you said it now, and now I understand. It's like even others might be understanding. Maybe Amy as well. Because she had a similar thing, um, looking at the face and judging that maybe you might be mad at her or something at some point.
Yeah, but I talked that over with Amy. Amy is looking at mimics all the time,
Yeah.
checking out how do you react on what I'm saying. But when my ecstasy goes down, I cannot be 24 hours on. I cannot be a whole video in ecstasy. So when you go down, you see it on my face. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I
So,
look different.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, can we go eat yet? I'm hungry. Okay. Anything else? If there is, hold it to the next video.
Yeah, I take notes, and sometimes so I can talk about it later.
Okay, take notes,
Yeah.
and we'll see you all a little bit later. Thanks, Lolita and Tom and Sachi and Fani and Let's give everybody a hand here. Come on, you know, hey, everybody, good sport. Let's give our audience a good hand. You know, that's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty. I think Lalita might have increased her bar of safety now. You know, to a little more. You know, that's great. Yeah, I know a little bit. Maybe this a
Just
little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody, and have a nice night. We'll be back.